Welcome to the Man Cave Podcast with Dan Casper.
Brew Crew picking up a win last night, although they made things interesting. They jumped out to a 3-1 lead, but then Baltimore was able to tie it up later on in the game, and then it was William Contreras. William Contreras, thank gosh for Wild Bill last night, because Contreras was on one last night. He was 4 for 4 from the plate, also picking up a walk, but he had the go-ahead RBI single in the bottom of the 8th to push Bryce Terang across home plate and saved the Brewers last night. 6 of the team's 11 hits, all coming from Terang and Contreras last night. But Contreras looked like vintage William Contreras, shooting the gap in right center with a couple of doubles. I mean, if we've all been watching Contreras the last couple of years, if you were listening or watching the game last night or watched some of the highlights of his hits, it was like, that's the William Contreras we know and the Contreras that we love. So still battling that finger injury and that fractured finger. It's good to see Contreras kind of look like the Contreras that we expected. And the ball was coming off hot off his bat too. I mean, it wasn't just like bloopers or anything like that. Dude was tattooing them. They were some hard hit balls coming off of Contreras' bat last night. So great to see that performance, especially considering that Jackson Chourio, who went 0 for 5 last night, he is in an 0 for 23 slump right now. And Christian Yelich, also in a slump, just 2 hits in his last 25 ABs. So, betcha Baltimore's regretting that decision to pitch to Contreras in the bottom of the 8th after, Terang got on, stole second. You had Contreras up. They could have maybe just issued the walk and go after Jackson Chourio or Christian Yelich or whatever, but they elected to attack Wild Bill, and Wild Bill made him pay. So, but Pat Murphy, after the game, saying, that's our guy right there. That's the guy that, even though we catch him a ton, he's really special. He is a tough kid. And because Contreras, too, there was probably, if you're following along live, maybe a little nervous. There was that foul tip in the 7th inning. And kind of had a little bit, when, hit his, obviously it affected his finger there. But stayed in the game and such, and thank goodness, because if he wasn't in that lineup for that hit, maybe the Brewers don't win last night. So Contreras said that the pain is still there, but that he wants to continue to play throughout, in the immediate future right now. So we'll see if that continues. But fingers crossed that it doesn't develop into something worse or really affects his swing or hitting or anything like that. But he also said last night, too, it's hard to hit a ball hard with that finger because there's pain sometimes. But I don't have to think too much about my finger because I'm going to keep playing the rest of the season. When he was asked why is that so important to him, he said, I don't know, man. I always think about me in the offseason. I work too hard to miss a day. I don't want to take 2 to 3 months off. I'm just going to wait until October, November, December, and be ready for next season. It's that mindset that just makes fans love the guy even more, isn't it? When you hear professional athletes and players, to have that mindset in a day and age when when we cringe as fans to hear the term load management, off days, rest days, whatever, and you got a guy who's catching, behind the dish, and sometimes, catching Uribe, who's touching 100 miles per hour, and the guy that you really count on his bat, he's grinding it out. I mean, we're talking about in the middle of May here, and still grinding it out and still wanting to play, even though he's dealing with pain and playing every single day practically. It's not like and I don't want to downgrade or anything like that, but it's not like an outfielder or position player where maybe, okay, he gets a few balls here and there. Dude's playing catcher. I mean, he's behind the dish there, and he's catching these balls, and then he's got to go up there and hit. I mean, the toughness is on full display for William Contreras. The grit that comes from this guy is pretty dang impressive. I mean, I got to tip my cap to him. I think we should all tip our cap to Willie Contreras. Yes, he's had some up and down performances offensively, and a lot of the times you wonder, is it because of that finger injury that's been affecting him? And it probably is. But he's still grinding it out, and he's still going out there. And, you know, if it gets to a point where it's really bothering him, where we could tell it's affecting the team and it's affecting his play at a consistent level, then I think that conversation needs to have about, okay, maybe we got to sit him down. But if the dude's going to go out there like he did last night, get you a couple doubles and get you 4 hits, man, it's going to be hard to keep him out of that lineup then. Brewers needed him last night, though, because, boy, is Jackson Chourio struggling and Christian Yelich continuing to struggle. Christian Yelich now officially under 200 in the batting average department after going 0 for 4 last night, including a K. 0 for 5 for Chourio with the strikeout. Cheerio's down to a 236 batting average, 673 OPS. Yelich, 630 OPS. Oh, yikes. You just hope those two guys could turn it around here. Especially, I mean, I really, really, really hope that we could see Chourio and Yelich get some sort of spark this week, because this is such a big week for the Brewers. This is a chance. This is an opportunity for them. You know, going up against Baltimore, a team that's really struggling, firing their manager, at home. Got to win this series, but also maybe just kind of reset some of these guys and get into a little bit of a rhythm and get into a little bit of a groove here. I'm looking at Chourio and Yelich. Hope, I wish that they can use this week to get into that groove, because Brewers need these two guys. I mean, they need everybody, but they need Chourio and Yelich to really kick it into gear. Starting next Monday. And that stretch that starts with Boston, then Philly, then Cincy, Padres, Braves, Cardinals, Cubs, Twins. They need Chourio and Yelich to be playing at a high level offensively during that stretch. So I just really hope that somehow in these next few games here, they can figure something out and get that spark going. And just start to get a little bit more confidence at the plate and be able to help out this team on the offensive side, especially if they're going to continue to be slotted into that 3-4 spot in the lineup or in the middle of the lineup somewhere. Looking at tonight's game, we get Logan Henderson on the mounds here for the Crew. And Logan Henderson, in a couple games that we have seen him play this year, he's been off to a really good start. He's given me, I don't know about the rest of you, but he's giving me impressions of how Robert Gasser started last year for the Brewers. And I know Robert Gasser won his first 2 starts to the Brewers. Logan Henderson has also done the same thing here. But if he goes out there and he pitches another solid game, I mean, he's going to make it hard for the Brewers to send him back down. I mean, pitch your way into this rotation. Continue to pitch at a high level to where it's going to be hard for the Brewers to say, yeah, no, we're going to send you back down. I mean, you look at his 2 games, his debut on the 20th of April, picking up a win, 6 innings against the Athletics, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 9 Ks. And then his latest one, the 14th against the Guardians, 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 7 Ks. In 2 games, he has 16 strikeouts and 2 walks. 16 strikeouts, 2 walks, 7 hits. If Logan Henderson goes out there again tonight and wheels and deals, you do not take that man out of the lineup. You keep that man in that lineup. So I'm excited to see what else Logan Henderson, if he could continue, if he could be that Robert Gasser. Now, the difference is hopefully he stays healthy and doesn't pull a full-on Robert Gasser and gets hurt, where he's done for the year and such. But I'm excited to see what Logan Henderson can continue to do for this ball club. Obviously, no experience with his Baltimore lineup going up against him. On the flip side, the Brewers will be going up against a left-handed pitcher. They're going to be going up against Keegan tonight. And you look at it, about a game, maybe a single at-bat experience going up against him. So really, not really anything we can take away from it. But Keegan so far in 21 games so far this season. He's started just one, so you got that initial, outs getter, initial starter and such. So you don't really want to maybe break it down too much and such, but kind of forces the hand of the lineup here a little bit when you start off a left-handed pitcher. Specifically, where's Bryce Terang going to hit? Is he still going to hit in that leadoff spot? Or are they going to kind of do what is Pat Murphy going to kind of do what he's done with him historically? Maybe have him towards the bottom of the lineup in that. Be interesting to see how that lineup comes to play here tonight. But, I'm looking at tonight as Logan Henderson. Can he continue this awesome start to the season that he's had? Can he continue to pitch his way to being a regular contributor in this rotation? Pitch his way into this where essentially forcing the hand of Matt Arnold and the Brewers, say, yeah, no, you're not sending me down. I'm pitching way too good right now. And are we going to see Yelich and Chourio get out of these slumps right now? Can they help out this ball club offensively? That game last night had the potential for the Brewers to put up a lot more runs. There was times. You had a leadoff double. You had a leadoff triple from Sal Frelick before Contreras was up there and hit that go-ahead RBI single. Brewers were 3 of 16 with runners in scoring position. For crying out loud, you have a leadoff triple with Sal Frelick and you can't get the man across home plate? But, yeah, they had plenty of opportunities last night. Plenty of opportunities last night for that Brewers team to go out there and add up more runs. And this has been the issue with this offense. It's been a major issue with this offense.